Mackey Motors in Lake City is the place to find new and certified used vehicles, along with a knowledgeable and helpful sales staff. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City.
We're back on our post-game show on Kick 106.7, joined now by Kuemper head coach Andrew Klenk. And Coach, slow start tonight, fell in a big hole in that first quarter. In mid-second quarter, you were down about 15 or 16. Started to get things going there late in that second quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, it felt like this was a game that was just ripe for the taking. Got within 3 or 4 a couple times there in the final few minutes, but it seemed like you'd get to that and then you couldn't get over the hump, turnover here, or a shot that just didn't fall in, things like that. Let's start with the end of the game. We'll work our way back, but a game that kind of felt like maybe a coulda, shoulda, woulda. What could have happened if you got a few things to go your way and other points in the game?
Yeah, we were there. Couple of buckets here. I thought defensively we stepped up. We made some stops there throughout the game to cut back into that lead. We had opportunities to get great looks at the hoop, and we just couldn't get them to fall. I thought when we made that run, it was our defense that really led into us getting offense, whether it was transition looks with layups or whether it was beating them down the floor and getting some inside-out, kick-out rhythm threes, and we hit a couple there and cut that lead down and just couldn't get over that hump.
I know you're a little short-handed tonight. Back to that second quarter, off the bench, Kaylee Simons felt like she was really a spark for your offense. She scored your first 2 field goals of the game off the bench, and then in that second quarter, it seemed like she'd come away with a big rebound. I think she might have got a steal or 2 there in that second quarter, and then when you guys were down 15 or so, you clawed your way back to 8, going into halftime down 32-24. I felt like she was a major part of that first half run.
Yeah, in the locker room after the game, I said, she played 6 quarters tonight. She played more quarters than anybody else, and she left it all out there. I call her Scrappy as her nickname, because she's not the tallest girl on the floor, but man, she just goes and makes plays. She rebounds, she gets her hands in the passing lanes. She can knock down a shot out on the perimeter. She can get to the rim. As quick as she is. So, hats off to her. She came off the bench and gave us a big spark. So really good to see that.
She led the team with 14 along with Aubrey Houghton. A couple of big threes for her in the third quarter. Wasn't able to parlay that into the fourth quarter and get some things going there too. But when you needed another run in the third quarter, as it looked like maybe Grandview Christian had a chance to start pulling away themselves again, a couple big threes from Houghton. You guys were right back in it. Talk about her performance, and then you can talk about anyone else that you thought played well tonight.
Yeah, Aubrey hit some shots for us. You could tell she was a little gassed. I think that 4 quarters of up and down kind of got to her, and her legs kind of went out from underneath her. But she gave us a great game. I wish I could have gave her some legs for that fourth quarter, because she was kind of in that zone, in between her ears, which we needed somebody to step up and do that. I thought Cate did a good job of kind of leading us out on the floor when things got tough. She's stepping out there, being very vocal for us. And the thing is we've got girls that had to step up on the bench. Ellie Sybil gave us minutes. Casey Peter had to start for us tonight. I thought she did a great job, given kind of a short notice of, hey, this is what's going on. So, but yeah, all around we're frustrated, but we got to keep working. On to the next one.
Another freshman that had to start tonight. Had a nice game on Tuesday for you guys. Elsa Tiefenthaler had a big 3-point play in the fourth quarter too. That got you guys back to within 3 too. So I know she was a rebounding machine out there at times tonight too. So it wasn't a deep bench tonight, but it seems like everybody had their contributions.
Yeah, Elsa, she's shown flashes. Just like Kaylee, she's a freshman, and I think honestly, dipping their toes in the varsity water, there's going to be some bumps along the road, but the biggest thing is for them to see that and to persevere, because both of them are great competitors. Both play volleyball, and you saw that throughout the volleyball season, and now in the basketball season. Their goal is to go compete at whatever cost that they can, and I love seeing that from both of them. And Elsa's going to bounce back. She may think she had a rough night tonight, but she's going to bounce back.
2 games under your belt now. Come from behind win on Tuesday. A game that maybe was trending in the right direction tonight. What will you be able to work on here in the next couple of days before you go to Denison on Saturday to maybe get your team to start a little quicker?
Well, I hope not every game is this way, because it might be a little tough on my health. But we're gonna get back to the lab. We're gonna work on some things, finishing around the hoop. Defensively being great communicators, being strong with the basketball in our hand. And prepare for Denison. Denison's going to be a good squad. I don't know. They haven't played a whole lot. They got snowed out the other night, but the fact of the matter is it's Hawkeye 10 basketball. So we got to be ready to play ball.
We wish you the best on Saturday. Jeff will have that on KKRL. Coach Klenk, appreciate your time.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And now we'll hand the headset off and chat with Catherine Mayhall here. And let me get it on record. Do you prefer Cate or Catherine? I say it both ways.
Either works.
Okay.
Either works. I don't
All right.
care.
Let's talk about the game tonight. They limit you to just 8 points. Not you're not used to scoring just 8 points. Their defense seemed to really hone in on you. What did you see defensively that worked for them tonight that kind of kept you out of getting your normal 15, 20 points?
So right out of the gate, I noticed they were basically in a box and one on me, so I kind of had to almost pull myself out a little bit because it allowed my teammates to work better. But so that kind of slowed us down a little bit. Then that girl got hurt, but then they switched into a lot of different defenses in that game. But we just really weren't really playing our best right there at the beginning. But I think we can bounce back from it.
Talk about 2 games under your belt, and if you take away the first and maybe most of the second quarters, you guys are a second half team right now. You guys are playing much better basketball in the second half than the first half. What's something that you guys think you can do to maybe shift some of that second half magic up to the first half so you don't have to come out of these big deficits?
Yeah, so both games out of half, we've been kind of in a big deficit. We really need to start, getting right into it right in the beginning, because we put ourselves in that hole, and it's like we need a good yelling at before we can kind of click into it, but we need to be able to go right from the get-go, because, we would have won both of those games by quite a bit, because we've been holding them really good in the second half. It's just we can't get it done in the first half, and we need to. As
the lone senior on this team, you got a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores, some juniors out there that you're kind of the leader of. You're a 4-year starter. Talk about some of these freshmen like Kaylee Simons. She really came up with a big night tonight, finishing with 14 points. Aubrey Houghton finishes with 14. And then Elsa Tiefenthaler, big 3-point play in the fourth quarter that kind of gave you guys a spark that was hoping to maybe lead to more. But what is it like as the leader of a very young team, knowing that, we're going to have some lumps early? Mm-hmm. And how do you make yourself better as a team from that?
Yeah, so I've been through a lot of those games in my 3 years. So it's a lot of experience I've gained. And those freshmen, I love the freshmen. They are basically like sponges. They'll have a question. I have Elsa text me all the time, asking me, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? And I love it. They just constantly want to grow and make themselves better, and it just makes me happy because they're very coachable. So and I'm not, but they're always wanting to learn, and they know that they can be really good. They will be really good. Kaylee, you saw it out there. She didn't stop running. She played 6 quarters tonight, and she hustled her butt off. And then Elsa, she's always good. I like playing with Elsa. She's a good time. But they're great girls.
Awesome. Well, I really look forward to how this team will progress as the season moves along. We're still early. You got a lot to improve upon, things like that. You got a 1-1 record. You've got Denison on Saturday. Anything that you're looking for in that game on Saturday?
I'm looking to start stronger in the first half. We can't be starting in the second half like that again. So I'm looking forward to having Franny and Kaylee and Lauren back. That'll be really nice. And I'm looking to play a full game.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate your time here on our post-game. Catherine Mayhall, or Cate Mayhall. We'll call you both. Okay. Appreciate your time. Enjoy a Friday off, a rare Friday off tomorrow from game time anyway, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
That's Catherine Mayhall of the Kuemper Knights as they fall tonight at Grandview Christian 49-44.